Alright guys, and welcome to my priest leveling guide for Cataclysm. These are the topics that we're going to cover. Best heirlooms and enchants, talents and glyphs, prequesting and the fastest methods, and lastly, how on earth do you play the class. For looms you want to go full Dreadmist set with major mana, Ivor Beast trinkets, ancient Blood Moon cape and the dignified Headmaster's charge with plus 30 spell power on it. The Staff of Jordan also isn't a bad option if you don't want to farm those badges. Remember, since dots can now crit for a Shadow Priest, you really want to stack as much crit as you can find while leveling up from your gear. Obviously the way to go is to level up in Shadow unless you want to exclusively level up with the Dungeon Finder as a healer. You will get very fast queuing as a healer. Generally speaking, the Discipline spec is stronger for PvP healing and Holy is better suited for dungeon leveling. But can you level dungeons in Discipline? Of course you can, fill your boots. But you definitely want to play in Shadow if you want to mix up your leveling journey with some open world questing and dungeon soloing. The spec got a really big revamp in Cataclysm. It's probably, in my humble opinion, one of the most interesting specs out there to play now. Remember that dual spec now is only a tenner, so Bob's your uncle. If you're doing pre-questing guys, the best ones to get are definitely the dungeon quests, even the daily heroic ones, but the weekly raid quest won't grant any XP. If you've already done those quests, then what you want to do is just stack a load of dailies from Northrend, from the Sons of Hodor, Ogrim's Hammer, and the Argent Tournament. I've actually made an optimal pre-questing route for all subscribers. Just go to my channel page and check out my subscriber only video. You can easily solo instances as a Shadow Priest, level 15 to 60, pick the dungeons that give you the best gear, but I'd recommend doing every single dungeon at least once because the quest XP is so good. And now you get all the dungeon quests at the start of the dungeon. But if you're trying to farm XP optimally, 60 to 70 you want to do Blood Furnace, 70 to 80 Botanica, but then beyond level 80, honestly, I'd recommend questing in the open world because you will need that reputation for your pre-best in slot raid gear and shoulder enchants from the Pharazane faction. The fastest route to level up in the open world is provided by the Resid XP add-on. You can find the download link for that in the description. It's much better to just deck yourself out in looms when leveling as a Shadow Priest because it means that you can just multi-dot a bunch of mobs, run around and just watch everything melt. Firstly, you want to keep Power Word Shield up all the time, put your dots up on everything, Psychic Scream when mobs get into melee range, and then finish them off with Shadow Word Death, Mind Blast and Mind Flay. Remember, straight away at level 10 you do unlock the new Shadow Orb mechanic. Basically, the more Shadow Orbs you have, the more damage that Mind Blast is going to do. Also, when you consume a Shadow Orb with Mind Blast, it increases your dot damage by 28%. So you want to be Mind Blasting often to buff your next Shadow Word Pain and Vampiric Touch. Remember to always keep up Vampiric Embrace to heal yourself up from your single target damaging abilities, and remember that using Shadow Word Death when talented with Masochism, it returns 10% of your total mana, so you want to be using it really as often as you can. And at level 74 you will finally get Mind Seer, which will help you AoE mobs down even faster. Be sure to stay tuned guys, I'm going to be making leveling guides for every single class in the game. My name is Metagoblin, until my next video, ciao.